Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Okay. All right. So today the topic actually is easy. We just left a little bit on the chitta. If you see my notes, it's going to be end of story already. Because we already finished this one and we now we are talking about, all right, so before come to 5 precepts, actually I missed one point. Okay, now you all know the whole Buddha teaching in the 84,000 Dhamma, which you can summarize either D or D. Okay, just one can be summarized into three. All right, the Buddha's teaching: avoid evil, do okay. So if you have print out, please write yourself. Now, when Buddha, we call it the admonishment of the Buddha. Okay, this is three I call it admonishment. Whether got S or not, I'm not sure, of the Buddha. So in the Buddha whole life, everything he teach, you can just summarize to this one. Okay, avoid evil, do good, purify the mind. Now, the first thing that we need to know, avoid evil. How to avoid evil? By just keeping the 5 precepts. That's why, as a lay Buddhist, you need to keep 5 precepts. What if you cannot? What if you cannot keep 5 precepts? So, all right, Sister Teo, if you cannot keep 5 precepts, not you lah. Okay, let's just assuming if somebody cannot
Sorry,
keep 5 precepts, what should they do?
cannot keep.
Yes, means that they still like to maybe drink some alcohol, and maybe they are doing some work related to like plantation, whatever. They need to remove all the insects from the tree or whatever. So what should they do if they cannot keep 5 precepts? So today is actually a more relaxing topic. We can make it more as a discussion.
Try our best to keep, but I think we are not perfect. There will be
Okay.
times where we cannot keep. Then we try to
Okay.
avoid.
All right.
We try to reduce
Yes, yes.
the frequency of it happening.
Okay, good. That's a good
Try to
way.
avoid.
Try to keep, all right. Try to keep 5 precepts, right? So if you cannot keep 5 precepts, at least keep 4 precepts, because sometimes they really cannot keep 5. They maybe still like to drink some wine especially in the colder part of the country. The wine is part of the way they keep the body warm. So try to keep. That's why when we learn the 5 precepts, if you remember with chanting Panati Pada, and then there's a one we call it Sikkhapada. Sikkhapada, there's Pali words. Adina Dana also Sikkhapada. Sikkhapada is training rules. Sometimes they translate as training. So actually, if you look at it, we are training ourselves to keep 5 precepts. So you can take it as a way we are trying to keep the 5 precepts. Because nobody can keep full 5 precepts at the beginning. All right. Slowly they learn to fulfill 4 precepts, 5 precepts, and so on. So that's trying to follow the Buddha's teaching. The first one is avoid evil. Sapapapasa akaranam, right? Then second one is do good. Kusalasa upasampada. So 5 precepts. Okay, we talk of still 5 precepts. Okay. Now, I think most of you know, don't kill, don't injure any sentient beings. Second one is not to steal. Okay, what is the definition of stealing? Taking what is not given. Okay, so, all right. So, okay, killing, I think most of you know. What's the meaning of killing? Killing means cutting off, in Abhidhamma, I call it the life faculty. Like a beans, they have life faculty still alive and you cut it. And all these are to do with the intention. When somebody intentionally, we could call it, do the killing. So it create the karma. So also when they are, so five precepts we are talking about this one, avoid evil intentionally, right? Intentionally, because intentional action create the karma. All right. So now sexual second one is a sorry, stealing is a taking what is not given. So what if you go and take from your, let's say your sister, she has some, maybe some coffee maker or something like that, you go and take from your sister or your brother, or because you are staying in the same family. So what if you take from them? What will, okay, so we will ask somebody this question. So what do you think? If you take things from your own sister or your own brother, because you are staying in the same house or very nearby. Okay, Doris, what do you think? Is Doris online?
Yes, yes.
Okay, sorry. Okay, yeah, okay. So what do you think if you go and take things not given to you, especially let's say from your near one or your those who really you know well. So what's the definition?
Take
Do you think it's
things
okay or not okay?
not okay.
Not okay. Why not
Um,
okay?
you should ask permission to take because it's not yours.
Okay, good. So what if in emergency you need to take? We are talking about different cars. So what if emergency you need to take the things? There's no time to ask permission.
Oh, it's a good one. Emergency never. I always ask permission.
All right.
Then and let them know
Ask
later.
forgiveness. Ask
All
forgiveness
right.
from
Yes. What caused the karma? Okay. What caused the karma is always this one, all right? When we describe the karma, remember we are under the this one. We previously say what's the definition of karma? Is the intention, volition, stimulation. Okay. So if even if under emergency you need to take something from your family or whatever, make sure that you do not have the intention to steal in your mind. Okay. That's very, very cheeky. Sometimes you want to borrow, but in your mind, it might be the intention to steal. Let's say in emergency time, you don't have the time to ask permission, but at least make sure you don't have the intention to steal. That is why mindfulness is very important. Do you know why Buddha asks us to train mindfulness? It's for us to avoid evil. Okay. And 5% actually, this training rule actually to fulfill the first admonishment, avoid evil. You can do it if you be mindful. Okay. Okay, now we're talking about be mindful. All this, what's the meaning of be mindful? Means have awareness. Okay. So there are various translations for the word sati, mindful or whatever. So make sure you don't have the intention to steal. Even in emergency time, you need to borrow. So when you need to, maybe there are some ants bite your body, you know, so you brush it off. So make sure there's no intention to kill. Sometimes we are bitten by ants, right? Yeah. How about bees? If the bees go and bite you, you chase away the bees. So make sure you just chase away. So also let's say I think in most of the center, let's say in meditation center, for those who go to meditation center, you notice that and there are many ants. You know why? Because nighttime when you turn on the light, then the next day, all the when you turn on the night at nighttime you turn on the light, so the flies, all these those insects attracted to the light, they will come. So in the morning, there will be many ants come to what? To collect food because they are looking for food, right? What kind of food? Is those dead insects. So when you need to sweep the floor, okay? So how to sweep the floor? It's a dilemma, you know. Every time we go to meditation center, we want to sweep the floor, but the whole place is full of ants. So make sure when you are doing the sweeping, your intention is only to sweep the floor. It's not to intention to kill the ants. Actually, there are many ants. Of course, when you sweep the floor, some of the ants will die. It's very difficult to prevent it, but at least do not have the intention to kill, okay? Only the intention to sweep the floor. Because sweeping the floor is good karma, all right? Intention to kill, that is bad karma. Oh, okay. This is a bad karma. So instead of worrying about doing bad karma, so you make sure your intention is only shipping, cleaning, cleaning. That is good karma. All right. So that's logic. That's why we say avoid evil is for us to we can do it by undertaking the 5 precepts, which is actually we call it 5 precepts. Sometimes we call it the Arya. Because why you call it Arya? Something to Arya. Because noble person who already enlightened, they will keep it fully. Okay. So for lay people, it's difficult because there are many problem at house, ants, mosquito, and then what else? Mouse. Okay. So also taking what is not given. Make sure that when you want to take something, okay. So the second one. So also make sure that you don't have intention to steal. Okay. Or if you just want it is only to borrow. And also, of course, try to ask permission in advance. It's actually important. But we call it in the circumstances that there are no time. It's very urgent. You need to borrow. Of course, you need to borrow, but make sure you don't have the intention to steal. That's important. Okay. And also, if you want to borrow from people, from the person who are willing to borrow. Okay. Let's say is that person already say no, 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 I don't want to borrow to you, and then you go and borrow. That person will be angry. He will not be happy with you. All right. So borrow from those who are willing to lend. That's important, okay? Because not everybody want to borrow you. If the person say no already, you go and take it, even though you have the intention to borrow, it will create problem for you later. Because the person already specifically say no. That's why to be a monk is not easy. One of the Parajika rule is they cannot even steal a very small minimum amount of money intentionally. If they have this kind of idea of stealing, once they touch it, the object is moved a little bit, shake a little bit from the original position. If they had the intention to steal, then the monk is considered as parajika, means cannot forever become monk, but can be samanera, right? Okay, now this one is sexual misconduct. Now, sexual misconduct is something that not easy because different society have different interpretation. Like because like in Chinese normally they will have one wife, second wife, third wife, many wife in Chinese culture. All right. And also in other culture they have four wives. So what is actually sexual misconduct? Is actually depends on interpretation. So as long as we call it faithful their own partner, not betray their partner and so on. So okay, I'll just skip it because it's not easy to talk about this. Okay. Now, false speech, musawada. Okay. Okay. Now, false speech is telling lies. Telling lies is telling untrue. All right. Means that what you tell is untrue. Harsh speech means abusive word. Sometimes they use a word abusive. Slandering is kind of like try to break the relationship between one to another. Frivolous talk is sometimes there's a different translation we call it ideal talk. All right. So to understand this one, we can look at some of the okay. And what happened to number five? Yeah? Number five disappear. Okay, later we'll come back here. So number five will be taking intoxicant. Okay, intoxicant including drugs, alcohol, and so on. Anything that make the mind confused, diluted. Okay, that's the purpose. Even though this looks so unimportant, people say it's just a taking intoxicant. What's the problem? But there's a story there. It say if somebody he take the intoxicant, then that one guy, it's just a story. One guy he take the intoxicant, take alcohol. Then when his mind is so confused, then he go and kill the chicken because he want to eat the chicken, right? Then he has sexual misconduct with the host of where he stay at that night. So even though this is number five, it look unimportant, but because of this number five, the mind is confused, diluted. The person can break number one precept, number two precept, number three precept, and number four precept. So that's why this is the increasing the moha. Okay. Now, now if somebody be able to keep the five precept, they be able to do this one, avoid evil, right? So avoid evil means doing the 10, or sometimes we call it avoid the 10 unwholesome deeds, right? Do good will be keeping uh keeping the five precepts. So this avoid evil by, should use the word by, okay, by trying. So do good by keeping the five precepts and also do 10 wholesome deeds. Okay. So we do that. Okay. Now to understand about these 10 unwholesome, so we look at the book. I hope you all have time. Should read the books because all these are very good book to read. So which page? Today I was looking at some of the page. Okay. Later we talk about wrong view because wrong view is very important. Okay. Now look at this Handbook Abhidhamma, Book 2, Chapter 5. So, okay. Now, unwholesome karma, all right? Now, to do any action, we need to have through the three door. We call it the body door, verbal door, and then the mental door. All right? Sometimes in Pali, we have the word kaya, akusala kaya karma, akusala vachi karma, akusala mano karma. Okay? I will just copy here. Later, I'll pass the updated notes to you. So it's just something that if you be able to write down, you write, all right? So you think about yourself. How do you do good or bad action to our body, our speech, verbal, our mind? So body, speech, and mind. That's why when we do the chanting, we have one we call it kayena vacha chittena. By the body, speech, and mind, if I have done any mistake, may the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha forgive me. All right? Because we do action by the body, speech, and mind. Yeah, I just put here first, okay? Now, so now we look at this one, all right? Body. So you have the one kaya, vachi, mano. Okay, so which one is by the body? All right? Healing. Now, 10 unwholesome karma. So I hope you come to my notes. So we have done 10 unwholesome deeds. So it's called akusala. All right? Killing, stealing. All right. Now we know the killing is the, how come the number is out? Okay. Okay. Killing is the first one, then the followed by third one. Okay. Killing is the first precept. You can write down number one. Okay. Stealing is second precept. Sexual misconduct actually is the third precept. So Lying, slandering, hard speech. This one is the fourth precept. So you can put under yourself as one group, okay? So first one is first precept, second is second precept, third is third precept. So lying, slandering, hard speech is fourth precept, okay? And now the problem is you don't see the fifth precept here. So people always ask, how come there's no fifth precept? No taking intoxicant here, right? So you cannot find, but you have the covetousness, hatred or evil, and false will. All right. Now, so we go back to the notes just now. I hope to put two together. It's actually very not easy to, because I think most of you never read the notes. So I had no choice, have to go through it. Because if I don't go through it, you all never read. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So it's good you all from the notes here, so you can think about that. Okay. Killing is done by stealing, sexual misconduct are doing by body. So you can write a B, so you know it's to do with the body. All right. This is or you want to write full one, it's also can body. Okay, I just write B. All right. So killing, stealing, and sexual misconduct. This term I will discuss later about sexual misconduct. Okay, so just minus this one first. So we took the word B. It's also by body. Okay, so you know three action: body, speech, and mind. All right. Okay. Right. Okay. Then this book also tell you something extra information. All right. Okay. So stealing can be done. Sexual misconduct also by body. So this one I will discuss later, but I'll read now. So two types of karma. One is the karma that become full course of karma. That is giving the rebirth, giving karma. Right. So this means that you'll find this term later. I will explain also later. All right. So it's like this. Okay. For example, when you kill something, sorry, don't use the word kill. Okay. When somebody kills something and when it kills, it's killed and dies. So when the beings die, that karma becomes a full course of action, full-fledged karma. But you may want to kill it, you might try to kill it, but if you don't kill it, then the karma does not become the full course of karma. So if the action is complete, so we call it specifically, the term is called karma become full course of action, means that the action is completed when the beings die. All right, so this one thing. So in my notes, actually, I also put, I think, did I put it? Or this one, okay? You can see under this part, you can see, okay, in my notes. All right. After this Chinese 1 2 3 4 10, then this one. All right. So you can write yourself. This one, for example, is like uh someone kills and that beings die. All right. So we call it full course of action. All right. For example. All right. So if somebody kill it and it does not die, so it does not become full course of action. Okay. So also in the example like this, so this kind of action when it full course, it will give to the result in the rebirth linking. This means that when it's potentially like this, it will cause like rebirth in the hell when it's very strong karma, all right, bad karma, hell, and four woeful states, four woeful plans, and also stealing. So if you try to steal something but you cannot steal it, but when you have stolen and you get another person property, it becomes full course of karma. So there's a difference between normal karma and full course of karma. All right. So like this one, for example, you kill it, and then this one, or somebody steals and got the thing. So it's a full course of karma. So this will create the rebirth linking. That means that it becomes the rebirth. It will cause the rebirth in the next life. Okay, so we have two this one. Then the second one is it can happen in this lifetime. It will not be a rebirth linking. All right. So this is the not full course of karma. Okay, that's the difference between the first one and second one. So there's a lot of information, but I think there's enough for us to understand about the 10 unwholesome deeds. Now, of course, when you read this handbook of Abhidhamma, it gives lots of extra information. You can see here, even killing can be done by speech. Okay. So this means that, of course, we say most of the time we thought we, like this, we are taught using the body to kill. Okay. That's we call it most of the time. And like most of the time we do kill with the body. But sometimes we also can do by the speech. So you can also, if you got space, you just put like lima, okay? Sometimes, okay, by speech. Actually, by speech is, yeah, it's possible. When somebody like he's very rich, he can command his uh those people he hired, like hired killer, can ask somebody to kill. Or for example, you can write a letter to another person, command the person to kill. Or nowadays with the email or WhatsApp, you can send a message like this. But most likely, the karma is done by bodily action, right? Killing. Okay, now the next one. Harsh speech, lying, slandering, harsh speech, and ventok. Mm, okay. Okay, this is a by verbal. Of course, we are talking, right? It's most of the time we use our speech so the other people will know what we want to say. So this is called vocal intimation. So slandering, lying, slandering, or backbiting, harsh speech, frivolous talk are done by speech. So there's another one. So lying, slandering, or there's another term. Sometimes you see different English, backbiting. I think these two. And then frivolous talk. Okay. Vendor or frivolous talk. So actually the Pali is quite okay, but the English we have various type of translation. Okay. So all these are through the uh speech. So you can write speech. So that's why I leave the blank for you all to fill in yourself. So you do this exercise, the killing is by body, stealing, and then the sexual misconduct, and then lying, slandering, harsh speech, vendor is by speech. So of course you can use the hand, no? If you want, beside the speech, if somebody cannot say, they can write. Okay, it's also possible to use the hand to write something, right? So, but normally is we use the speech, use our mouth to say something, either lying, slandering, harsh speech, or ventok. Now the third group, covetousness, ill will, and wrong will are mental action occur in the mind only without bodily or vocal intimation. All right. So the third one is by the mind. Okay, we call it mano. Evil or hatred or evil. Wrong will. False will. That's why you can use the wrong will also. Now, what is covetousness? Actually, it's very easy, rooted in greed. Okay, so it's the wish to acquire. So you can write down, it's a wish means that you want more and more. So it's a greed means that the ability or not ability, the wish, even it come in the mind. The mind want to take people things. All right. So you can write down the wish to acquire another person property. So for example, you see people driving a Mercedes or you see people having a new handphone. I think most people don't want to have a Mercedes because it's too expensive. But minimally, but when you see people having a brand new handphone, which had lots of function, then you also have this covetousness. Okay. So also you talk about it's good to learn about it does not become a full course of action unless give rise to the wish to take the proper possession of that property. Okay. If it's not strong, this means that it's not strong, it does not become full course of karma. But when it's very strong, it becomes full course of karma. All right. So it's like same like just now. So next one is Biyapada. Actually, it's good if you can memorize the Pali. Okay, this is called Abhidhamma. This one is called Vyapada. This one will be next time. Okay, Dosa. Okay, so this is same with Loba. So this is same with Dosa. Okay, in Abhidhamma, you already learned the Loba Mula Chitta, Dosa Mula Chitta. Okay, so Dosa. So means that it aligns with the wish that you may another being meets harm and affliction. So you can just copy this one. Okay. So you wish that somebody uh meet unfortunate things. For example, when you see somebody having a pretty dress or pretty handphone, new brand handphone, then you wish, oh, may the handphone drop down into the toilet bowl. Or when the person carry the handphone, you say, oh, may the person fall down and the handphone breaks. You know, the handphone, when the screen start to break into pieces, the handphone is no more good already. Okay, people will not treasure the handphone. That's why sometimes I receive a lot of handphone with broken screen. They thought of doing charity. But even in Myanmar, the children nowadays, with so many advanced technology, the children also, if you give them a broken handphone with broken screen, the children also don't want it. Okay, just some jokes. All right. Okay, so it's actually you can think it's like opposite of metta, all right? So remember we say dosa, the opposite of metta. Metta means may all beings be very happy. So if you have this vyapada, so it's good to remember in abhijja and vyapada. Vyapada means it's the opposite of metta. So you have the thoughts, may he meet with that. May the danger be before him. It's a vyapada. Remember this mana is on the mental state, all right? So your mind have that kind of evil, full of evil. Okay, like just now, okay, you see somebody who maybe the person laugh at you, so you get angry with that person and say, may that person fall down and break his arm, something like that. So it's a biyapada. It's actually opposite of metta. So very easy. This one, if you just remember, is opposite of metta. Okay. So you all know the loving kindness. So how you know that you have loving kindness when you don't have dosa, you have metta. Okay, most of the time now, of course. Right. Now, wrong view. Wrong view is very important. Okay, besides talk about wrong view is a big topic, so I will just leave it now. So okay, let's come back to this one. All right, number 3. Micha chara. All right, that's a Pali word. So if micha, this one, okay, karma. Karma will be either sexual, but karma has another meaning of sense, right? So like karma vachara, you have the word karma vachara, right? So it can be object of sensual desire. Uh, so actually this word karma is very interesting. Okay. If you learn the Pali, it's very important to learn Pali. It can be a defilement, it can be a pleasure itself, But karma itself, it can be the object, right? One is defilement, one is object. Okay, so I put somewhere here. So the word karma, it can be objective, right? And subjective. I think like this. Okay, very easy. Karma has two meaning. All right. The first one is it can be the defilement. Defilement means you have the pleasure or desire want to enjoy. Second one is the object of enjoyment. So enjoyment means that the sixth sense object. Okay, because we enjoy by our sixth sense though. So this will be defilement. Like the okay. So this one. All right. So if we have the kamesu michachara. So what is kamesu michara? Now michachara means is wrong action. Micha, you know the word micha ditti, wrong. Achara is action, okay? Wrong action. So what should this karma? Okay. Karma, it can be pleasure. All right, wrong action in pleasure or wrong action in the sense sixth sense object, eye, the visible object and so on. Okay. So this like sound and so on. Okay. So when we come to these technical terms of kameso michachara, so what is actually kameso? Is it just a pleasure here, or if we indulge so much in we enjoy so much in sense pleasure? So is that under? So it can be two definition. One, if 5% of course is a sexual misconduct, all right? But what is somebody enjoy too much of the sensual, right? So because follow the term, it can be karma, all right? It can be also we enjoy ourselves in the sense object. It's also possible. So some people say it's either we can also translate in this way. But in 5%, of course, sexual misconduct is better. Sensual because it's to do with the sense object, right? So you can just do a elation like this, okay? But you still remember the meaning of karma, okay? So sexual misconduct is for 5%. So wrong action uh in the sexual things. So there's a misconduct. Misconduct means the michachara, wrong action. But just to tell you all, karma has two meaning here. Okay, because when you are practicing meditation, you notice that the objects can be your object of enjoyment, and the pleasure there you can have you indulge. Okay, sorry, indulge yourself in the objects of enjoyment, right? So that's the meaning here. Anyway, this to do with the body. You have the body and speech and the mind. So that's why later Sister Teo will lead us in the chanting of this uh the asking forgiveness by the body, speech, and mind. Because we make wrong action by the body, speech, and mind. So that's why when we say avoid evil, is actually try to keep the 5% and also restrain, okay? Restrain the body, speech, and mind. Because if you don't restrain your body, speech, and mind, it's difficult for you to keep 5%. Okay. All right. Now, lying. I think lying everybody know. Okay, so let's go for the note some more. Okay. But does this not tell us about what is lying? Okay, now, all right. So it's good to read this one, all right? The first one is panati. Second one is musawada. False speech, all right? So write down. So it's good to you all. Of course, this is not a Pali class, but it's good to train you all to read the Pali also. Musawada. Musa is lying means we use the word false speech. Sometimes we use the word untruth. Okay. So it's difficult in modern days to be 100 honest. Sometimes we quite likewise. We often say have a nice day. or good to see you. But even though you don't like that person, maybe they say you have to say good to see you also. Okay. But it will become a full course of action only when it causes this important. Okay. Sometimes lie is we still call it still quite okay, but unless it really harm people, right? Then it becomes full course of action that will cause the rebirth linking. And that kind of rebirth linking, because it's akusala, will lead to four woeful plan, like born in peta, hell, animal, and so on. Okay, this is important. So you all note down page 1993, right? A white lie may not become a full course of action. Although it is lying, it will not give linking result, but it causes injury to others or it causes loss to others, it becomes full cause action. Okay, so it's good to know. As long as it's still white lies and it's not harming other, it still can say quite okay. Because it does not become full cause action, that means that does not give rebirth linking. Now, slandering pisuna wacha. Okay. Pisu with a knot. Pisuna wacha. Actually, is the Pali terms is means piya sunya. All right, from the word piya means love and sunya means emptiness. Make the love between two people empty. So it's called dividing two people. All right, all right. I say something bad to you to him. Then I say something about him to you. So it's actually kind of like gossip, but the purpose is try to divide the divide the person, try to remove the friendship between two people. All right. So pisuna vacha means destroying the friendship of others. So this is actually very good. Dividing the two people purposely. All right. So of course it becomes full action when they are divided. So this just meaning is okay, dividing the poor person. Right? So we know this one. This is actually purposely. It's very obvious. Let's say two person are in good friendship. So you say something to one person and say something to another person until they start to hate each other because of something you say. So we call it pisuna vacha. Slandering, purposely try to divide two people until they fall out. Actually, it's possible. Because sometimes also strange. Like sometimes I and my chief nun Sayaji Agawati, we are very good because we know each other for 15 years. But sometimes we also meet some people come and say something. Okay, she say something about you. But the problem they will never succeed. You know why? They will never succeed because the reason is both of us we always report to each other. You know how not to break the relationship between you and your loved one is you always must have maintained the communication. Mean that if somebody say something about you, you go and tell your loved one that that person says such and such about you, right? So because both of us always report to each other about what other people say about us, so nobody can successfully divide our relationship. Oh, because I know her for 15 years already. That's very important to maintain the very close relationship with each other, with your good friend or your good family members. All right. Okay, now harsh speech, parusa vacha. So this go abusive. Now, when the intention is evil, okay, it become parusa vacha. Sometimes the mother might curse the children. May something happen to you because they are angry. You know, sometimes the mother, when the children are very naughty, the mother gets so frustrated. They say, you are so, maybe say, you go outside, you meet something bad, whatever. But it's not true. Because in the heart, they don't want anything bad happen to the children. They don't mean it. They just say it. That is not parusa vacha. Okay? Because the intention is still okay. All right. So sometimes you might smiling, but if you have bad intention, even the word are soft, is hard speech. For example, the king sentenced the criminal and he just laughed and say, put him to sleep. No, then it's a parusa vacha. It's like the king sometimes there's the main thing. That's why when you learn about this, the main thing that create the karma is the intention. Even though you say the things like let him sleep forever. It sounds very sleep, right? Okay, very, very sweet word, no? May you sleep forever in peace. But the meaning is may you die forever. If the king say like this, of course it's not good. So the main thing is always that's why what create the karma is the intention in the mind. So if the mother curse the children because the children are so naughty, okay, so it will not create karma. So of course down there's a very interesting story, okay. Then the mother cannot control the son. Said, may the buffalo attack you. Then the son went to the forest, and a real buffalo followed him. So he said, if my mother had a real intention, may the buffalo attack me, and if not, may it go away. Right? So this means that if the intention is harsh, it becomes harsh speech. If the intention is not harsh, it does not amount to harsh speech. All right. Now, okay, this we understand. Now, sampapalapa is fibrous talk. Right? It means nonsense talk. When there's somebody believe it, it does become sampapalapa. If you say something and that person does not believe it, then it's not sampapalapa. Okay? So it's really we call it a fibrous talk and people believe it. Okay. So you can think about example yourself. Right? For example, all the jokes. Okay, if you jokes with somebody, does it become the fibrous talk? For example, you say, oh, you become fat, but the person is not fat. But if the person does not believe you, then it's still not this karma. Right? Then the rest will be on the abhiyaja already, no? This one, desire to, so you wish to acquire other people's property, all right? That's a abhiyaja. Then the vyapada means, uh, vyapada means wish that someone comes to harm or danger. Okay? And Micha Diti wrong view. Okay, so wrong view we talk about later because yeah, there's a big topic of wrong view. Okay, so we have 5 minutes break, or if maybe we do 5 minute discussion on this one. Okay, before that I forget, we need to do one exercise, all right? Now, okay. Now all this, all right. Now later I will talk more of force view, right? Now just a briefly mention about force view. Means rejecting karma is a result of donation, ascetic and Brahmin who are practicing holy life, great gratitude of parents, and so on. Okay, and so on. And then all these unwholesome thing they must has delusion. All right. So this means that all these action must rooted in delusion because we have three root. We call it the lobha root. Hatred is a dosa, and this is a moha. Okay, before that, we're going to do this exercise. Everything must based on the moha, all right? So you have the moha root. Now, okay, body also based on the moha root. Moha means delusion. Okay, now killing. Is it based on lobha or is it based on dosa? What do you think? Is it lobha or dosa? Of course, there must be moha here. So either these two. When you kill somebody, is it based on lobha or dosa?
Dosa.
Dosa.
Yes, okay.
Dosa.
Because kill somebody means you terminate the people's life. So it must be based on dosa. Now, stealing. Of course, everybody must have moha here. Stealing, is it based on lobha or dosa?
Moha.
Oh, loha.
No, everything will have
Lobha.
moha. The whole thing's lobha, all right? Because
Loba,
stealing
loba.
means you
Oh,
want
loba.
to get people's property, all right?
Okay.
Yeah. Of course, at first maybe you thought that, oh, I want him to be more poor. Then there's a hatred. But with the moment of taking is loba, because your hand have to stretch out and take the property. Now, sexual misconduct, what do you think? Is it loba or dosa?
Loba.
Loba.
Loba,
Loba.
yes. Because greed for another person, the person body, right? The person speech, the person look. Now, false speech, what do you think? So
Dosa.
we call it based on, okay? Based on, okay? Because we have three loba dosa moha. Now, lying is based on
Dosa.
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 dosa. Losa or loba. Okay. I think the
Dosa.
book just now, I remember the book says something about either loba or dosa. Um, okay. Yeah, there's a discussion later. Okay, we'll look for it. So I think it's lying. It can be either loba or dosa. Maybe we put either loba or dosa. But of course, there must be M moha. Okay, either these two. So later we check again. Now, pisuna vacha, try to divide two person. What do you think?
Dosa.
Dosa.
Yes, dosa. Okay, the mind is angry. Angry. Why you want to divide? Because you're angry with that person, definitely. Right? Now, how about harsh speech? When like call somebody stupid
Dosa.
or scold people, what do you
Dosa.
think? Yes,
Dosa.
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 Yes, everything must be a moha. How about ventok? You gossip about somebody.
Dosa.
Jadi
Dosa.
loba dosa. Dua-dua.
Dosa.
Okay.
Dosa.
So
Are
probably
you sure?
loba.
Loba,
Loba.
yes. Yes, you know why
Loba.
loba? Because you love to talk.
Attention.
That's the reason. Ventok coming because somebody love to talk. If you are not happy with talking, then you don't talk, right? You talk and talk and talk because you did interested in talking. That's why it's loba. Right. Okay, now covetousness definitely will be loba, right?
Loba.
Like
Loba.
loba and also moha. Okay. Okay. How about evil? Of course, will be
Dosa.
dosa and moha.
Dosa.
And then false view will be
Loba.
Oh,
Dosa. Moha.
semua.
oh. I think
Everything.
it's based on moha.
Can ah?
Okay, I think it's based on moha.
Moha.
Okay,
Oh,
all
moha.
right. Based on this one, so Ashin Chana asked, if somebody wants to kill animal to cook and eat, uh, yes. At first, if he wants to kill the animal, it's based on loba, but the moment of killing is dosa. Okay,
Moha. Dosa.
yeah,
Dosa.
yeah. So the mind change. Remember, we don't have one mind. We have many minds that change very fast from moment to moment. So the desire to eat is loba. Then the desire to kill is dosa. The moment of killing will be dosa. All right, but everything must have the moha. Okay, so later we will check the book. I forget which page it is. The book has some information. Anybody? On this book, I think. Uh, Sometimes it's not easy for me to check the page. How to move this one? Okay. So where is it? Oh, this one. All right. Now, on the page you can see here. Now, okay. Roots. Right. So kills speech harshly will be dosa. Sexual misconduct, covetous, wrong view will be greed. Right. So yeah. So we need to put the greed here. Right. Greed. Why greed? Because when you are attached to your wrong view, so it's greed here. Because you're attached to wrong view, that's why it's loba here. Then the rest will be, according here, either loba and dosa. Okay. Okay, so we can think about yourself. False speech, deceiving, frivolous talking, nonsense, sampapalapa, and so on. So if you have the book, you can read here. What we do is we will do the 5 minutes break. All right. Okay, so if you have the book, look for the page. Read again, then we'll check whether we are right just now. 196. Okay. All right, so we stop for a while. you know the intention is actually sweeping the floor, not to kill the ants. That's very important. Right. Okay. All right. So okay. So it's good to, like just now, the 10 wholesome deeds. Good to do the patik dana and pata no more dana. So every week we will have different students lead the sharing of merits. So today, so Sister Teo can lead the sharing of merits. Yeah, you can share your
Maggie,
yes.
there is a question in the chat by Bante Ashi.
Okay. Big T, all right. Assume they, I already answered just now.
There is a second
I-
question, Mana.
What if somebody assume they do more good deeds than other people? Will they consider as mana? If it is a real case, then it will be mana. But if he think that he do good deeds, but he does not do more than other, then it's moha. Okay? Mana means of course, mana is a disassociate wrong view. Mana is the attachment to oneself. So, for example, Sotapanna, even though they already eradicate the wrong view, but they still have conceit because they will have pride to their own. They were thinking conceit means they take pride on their own morality, on their own generosity. That's why they still have rebirth for 7 times. But they're only at the stage of Arahata Magaphala. The conceit is totally eradicated. Okay? So the mana is always there until the Arahant. This means that the person will cling to I'm a better person. I might do a better good deeds. If it's a real case, that is mana. If it is a false case, that is not mana. It's a moha. Okay? All right. Teo, Sister Teo, you can share the merits now.
Saji, can you make me co-host at the laptop ID?
Which one? Which one is your laptop?
Because you made me co-host one ID, the other ID.
Oh, you have 2, right? Oh, yeah. Okay. Can I? Well. Okay. Okay, good. All right. Today we will do the 10 wholesome deeds, the Patik Dana and Patanumo Dana. I hope you're all familiar with the Pali already. Okay, you can share now. Everybody put the hand together. We will chant. Because she will share the screen. And we cannot chant together because it's too noisy. I think she just chant and then we just mute. But we will chant by ourselves.
Let's show ma.
Can see already, yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you, Saji, for conducting the class on Kamma. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Brothers and sisters in the Dharma, we have spent nearly 2 hours in learning Dharma. It is good effort in learning the Dharma, and it is also our good effort in protecting the Buddha's teaching. Today we also rejoice in Saji's effort in Fudana project. Let us rejoice on the good actions. Now let us compose our mind and do the closing salutation. Kayena vacha chittena pamadena maya katam achayam kamame bante puri panya tathagata. Kayena vacha chittena pamadena maya katang achayam kamame dhamma sanditika akarika. Kayena vacha chittena pamadena maya katang achayam kamame sangha punyakita anuttara. Punyanumodana Akasata cha mumbata Dewa naga mahitika Punyantang anumoditwa chiran rakato lokasasanam chiran rakantu desanam chiran rakantu mamparanti etawata cha amhehi sambatang punya sampadang sabbe dewa sabbe satta sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampati siddhya. Patidana, transferring merits to the departed one. Idam vo nyatinam hotu, sukita hontu nyatayo. Idam no nyatinam hotu, sukita hontu nyatayo. Idam me nyatinam hotu, sukita hontu nyatayo. Patana, aspiration. Imina punya kamena, pame bala samagamo. Satang samagamo hotu yawa dibbana patiya. May the devas, may all beings rejoice in our marriage, and may the Buddha's dispensation last long. Buddha sasanang chiran titatu. Buddha sasanang chiran titatu.
titatu. Buddha
Buddha
sasanam chiran
sasanang
titatu.
chiran titatu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu.
Okay, thank you. All right. So next week we will ask somebody to read. How about Sister Sharon? Sharon Ng. Okay, you lead next week.
Thank you,
Okay.
Saiji.
So I'll get
Okay.
the slides before that to practice.
Sure, you can get from her. All right. Sadhu,
Okay.
sadhu, sadhu. Okay, thank you for listening. So may you all be very happy. So today we already do the lot of 10 wholesome deed. Remember which one? Dhamma Desana, Dhamma Sawana, what else? Patidana, Patunomwadana, and also the 2 Jo Kamma, straighten one's view. Right? Okay. Today I also do the Dana. So you all come here at least 1 hour, your mind is actually quite pure. So you can say you do the Bhavana already. Okay, see you all tomorrow if you want to attend the meditation discussion. All right. Okay, bye-bye. Yeah.
You, Saji.
Sadhu, sadhu.
Saiji.
Thank
Good
you,
night.
Saji. Good night.